here's the inside baseball of LaVar Ball's JBL League. Now, before we go any further, this is a YouTuber named Hoop Journey. We appreciate him recording in the confines of this gym that he was in and attended for the tryout. And he really tells us a lot about where the league is at this point. So take a look and then we'll recap.
He's calling out the people who registered online because over 300 people showed out for tryouts that day. The scrimmages were over an hour long and then they made their cuts. After this first cut, they picked about 10 players. They had a second cut. That would compare their talent level of the tryouts to about a high-level AAU. So right here is where they made final cuts. They actually selected only 7 players when there's supposed to be 8 on the team. But right after they got selected, they immediately had to sign a contract.
They had your ass signed right here, right now.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy, huh?
Yeah,
they don't let you. They don't let you read it.
You're supposed to say, "Let my lawyer look over it."
Yeah, exactly. They never let a lawyer look over it.
So after they made the guys sign the contracts, they had a little scrimmage for the Ball in the Family reality show.
They didn't handle it how they were supposed to business-wise. They didn't post the proper ages early enough.
I came to the Triple B tryouts because I wanted to explore what semi-pro basketball was about, and I talked to Alan. He was just saying that I should come back and come to the one in Houston this morning, and I come and I get kicked out. And I told him that I drove like 4 hours away, and he still kicked me out.
So we went to the one in Houston. As we're warming up, LaVar's brother comes up to us, and he says, "You guys are from Hoop Journey, there's no recording." So about 5 minutes after that, he comes back, tells us we gotta go, and we're like, "No, that's not fair." He threatens to call the police and the security, which he ends up calling them.
Once they were selected, they had to sign contracts immediately. Now, when you guys were watching that, I mean, it was all a red flag to us, correct?
Yeah,
Fair.
but then it's like, oh, I'm starting to believe that LaVar Ball isn't like the most above board businessman ever. It's like, it took you till the end of tryouts? Like, have you not been paying attention to the media for a while?
Right.
No, they haven't. I mean, at least you pay attention to things he says, outlandish things he says, or even things he says to get attention, or even things you agree with when he got into fights with Trump and everything, right?
Totally.
But it doesn't mean that he's always going to have your best interest at heart. He's still trying to make some money.
Absolutely, he's selling $1,000 like sandals, like shower shoes on his website. Like, yes, it's shady. It is respectable that they have this many people coming to try out. And
300.
they're having it at any given location.
Right.
It is their first shot at things, and the first time you do anything, it can get awkward.
So you give them the benefit of the doubt.
It's more of like a par for the course thing than the benefit of the doubt. It's like, this is kind of, if I were to write down what I would expect from it, it would be, listen, probably some poor communication on how the logistics of everything shakes out. And then when people show up, it's like, we're not gonna let you, I mean, we're asking 17 to 19-year-olds to show up and we're gonna pay them. Like, you're not gonna give them that
I have a $1 billion
representation.
idea.
What is it?
Sorry, you haven't had a chance yet. Okay, so we need to do this. If I was a head of broadcasting to something, at least a show, this should totally be done. They need to partner with LaVar and make this American Idol style. Go to each city, you have these tryouts, they line up, they get in front of a couple of scouts. They don't have to be like huge NBA scouts, just scouts that know basketball well enough. Have them try out. People can watch the tryouts if they want. Televise this for real. Make it more straight across the board, because I'm sure the American Idol people, once they get selected, there's something they have to agree to. But make it a real contract, not something they just sign on the floor as an 18-year-old kid who doesn't get a chance to read it yet. But someone needs to partner up and make this feel more legit. And since they didn't want Hoop Dreams, I think, or Hoop Journey
It's a great
to go in
show.
there and record yourself and broadcast it. People will watch this stuff. American Idol blew
Well,
up.
it sounds like they're going to do it for his show on Facebook.
His reality TV show.
Ball in the
Yes,
Family.
Ball in the Family is what it sounded like, because they didn't want them recording. I mean, in my opinion, it sounds like that they were sneakily recording what was going on from the stands. So that was already like an eye-opener to me that they want no media attention to this whatsoever.
First time ever, the Ball family has not wanted media attention.
Which, that's why the recording is not a surprise, but because it's the LaVar family, it is a surprise. I think more than, I don't think it's a benefit of the doubt situation where it's gonna get better. You're right, the first time around, things are always a little awkward. It's a learning curve, but I think it's beyond lack of preparation. And the fact that you're getting like these, that 17 to 19 gap, and they have no time, like, What if they decide not to sign the contract then and there? So then somebody else comes in to fill their
Great
spot?
question.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
However, in the video, he said they were looking to fill 8 spots, but they only took 7 people.
So they got to be reserving one.
They're reserving one, or like, is there a distinct drop off or whatever?
Right.
From the perspective of LaMelo or of LaVar and the family, they just need like 4 stars, period. And if they have 4
They need
stars,
one.
they need 1
That's
star.
all you need. And
So everyone else is interchangeable.
And here's the thing, it's the same, give me 1 second. It's the same train of thought with what we're seeing from the XFL and then that other football league that's going to come about. And I'm blanking on the name right now, but it has like a really long name, who are competing with the NFL. So all you need is one to legitimize yourself. That's it. The XFL, they're probably gonna find somebody somewhere who's then gonna graduate to the NFL. That's why we still haven't been like, oh, well, the CFL is absolute trash.
Right.
Because a lot of guys actually came from there. So it legitimizes the journey that they were on to say, this is a good stepping stone to get to the best league possible.
This is what I didn't understand. When they drove down the 4-hour trip and they got kicked out, was it they got kicked out because they were recording, or was it certain players that drove all the way out
I think
that got kicked out?
I think Hoop Journey got kicked out because they were recording.
Right. Okay, so it was
the other kid was just kicked out for whatever reason that is
We
unknown.
never found out. I don't know. Yeah, I was wondering for that explanation because that seemed odd.
He didn't give one. He just said he was promised that he was told that he should come to Houston and that he should compete, and he's going to compete in the JBA, JBL, or whatever. He was not allowed entry, which is just kind of weird. Alrighty, that is all the time that we have. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Be sure to check us out at youtube.com/TYT Sports. We'll see you next time.